the
So,
start?
not last night, but the night before, I picked up somebody in Arlington,
Okay.
and they got in my car. It was two girls. When they got in my car, one of them smelled like urine. So bad. It wasn't cat urine, it wasn't dog urine. It was very distinctly human urine. And don't ask me why I know the difference, but I do. I immediately rolled down my window so that I could get fresh air in, and I was just sitting there just trying my best not to puke.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was not good.
So, did they pee in your car, man?
No. When they got in, they already smelled like it. So they
Oh, okay.
must have been wearing something that had maybe one of them was wearing a diaper. I don't know. I'm not one to
That,
judge,
oh boy.
but they smell like pee.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like I said, I had the window down on my side because I was just like, they didn't ask any questions, but if they had, I would have just been like, I just wanted some fresh air instead of the urine air.
You would have said instead of the urine air?
No, I wouldn't have said that. Of course I wouldn't have.
Never know, man.
I mean, you know.
What if they were dicks?
They weren't. They were actually really cool people. We got to talking.
Oh, okay.
Got to learn how to
But,
maybe clean their clothes better. I don't know.
but if they were dicks.
To be fair, I probably wouldn't have. But I think what it
Okay.
was, and hear me out on this. One of the girls said that she just had a new baby. So it could have been
Mm,
that the baby peed on her. You know what I
um,
mean?
yeah.
But it was a really strong smell. It was so bad.
Oh boy. I don't miss the days of being peed on, changing diapers.
Just now you just get peed on other ways, huh?
No.
So nothing about pee right now. But earlier tonight, I realized I hate getting old. I had this thought with my first two that were in the car. One of the girls said something and it triggered a thought in my head. I was like, oh, I want to remember to pull up this song because of something she said. Well, about 20 minutes goes by. I get them to their destination, drop them off, and immediately I'm like, what song did I want to listen to? And I, for the life of me, could not remember until I got home several hours later.
For the life of you, you could not
Yes,
remember.
because I'm
Yeah.
old as shit.
Yeah, man. I get that feeling. Just the other day, I walked into my bedroom and I'm telling this, but like it happens often. It just felt like, damn, this is because I'm old. Anyways, I walked into my bedroom. I walked into my bed. I stopped and I was just standing there. I was like, what the fuck did I come in here for?
Yeah.
I said that out loud. And it took me a minute. I remembered, but it took me a minute. And I was like, damn, I'm getting old.
Well, did I tell you when we were over at your house the other night that one of the things that I do constantly now is I'll think, oh, I want to look that up because I'll see something on YouTube or whatever while I'm watching TV. And then I pick up my phone, open it, pull up the Google Internet thing. God, I sound old there. Hang on, let me rephrase that. Samsung Internet with the Google front page. And it always has news articles that are catered to me, so it knows it'll grab my attention. And so immediately I start kind of reading the first few titles of articles, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, that's neat, that's neat. And I'm like, wait, what was I supposed to be looking up? And then I just don't remember.
Oh, man.
And it's literally like
That's the
the
worst.
only reason I opened my phone was to look up whatever it was I was thinking about.
Yeah, you're getting old, man.
Yeah,
You squirrel on your phone. Squirrel.
I do. Well, and the
Like,
algorithm is so good that it caters to me so perfectly that it's like, you will like this. This is definitely for you.
you're as bad as Ernesto watching Instagram videos and getting distracted with the next video that comes up as he scrolls.
Yeah, instead of watching all the ones that we've sent him, he just
Yes.
scrolls to the next one instead of backing out and going to the next one.
Yep. I literally gave up sending him stuff weeks and weeks.
I still do it. And then whenever I'm at game night, I can just go to our conversation thing and be like, hey, Nesto, watch this. And then shove it in his face. He sent me a video that you sent me the other day. I was like, man, I've already seen this.
He sent me a video I sent him recently.
It's probably the same one. Yeah, it was the video you sent me of the girl throwing ice cream at the other girl.
Yeah. What the fuck? He needs to get it together.
Like,
Sometimes we scrolling through our phones, okay, just chilling. And recently I've been like, so you gotta look at this because you ain't gonna look at it on your phone. Before we get started, I wanted to
okay.
clarify last week's episode. I said I had a
No.
premonitionist dream, but I never explained why it was premonitionish. I think
Yeah.
it's because I got caught up in how freaking boring it was. Nothing fantastical happened. It was super
Ridiculous.
logical. It was that one dream where we're all schoolgirls, okay, and we were lesson planning and we went to Canada, whatever, whatever. Okay, so it was premonitionish because the very next morning I was contacted by my team lead in group message with all of us English 1 teachers who said we need to meet up and lesson plan before this date because our principal said so. And so we decided to meet up and lesson plan the following Monday. So that was wild.
Nice.
I'm telling you, I'm magic.
I was really expecting you to be like, my team lead said I was going to Canada,
No.
but it was much less exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Speaking of exciting, I'm so jealous of Emily right now.
Oh my god. She was in Austria when she texted us that.
Yeah, I know.
And then before that, she was in Switzerland.
What a jerk.
Yeah, man. I'm jealous of the temperatures she's experiencing.
What are they?
Not in the 106s, which was what we were experiencing when she texted us. I think it was high of 87.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
nice,
man.
man.
And I had another friend who traveled to a different country. She traveled to England and Ireland and I don't know what all countries she went to, but she was texting us in group message, me and a couple of other friends, and the temperature was like high of 70 something, and it was raining.
If I could kill the sun, I would.
I told them they got to bring back some of that temperature.
They won't. They're
That's the
selfish like
souvenir.
that.
I want that souvenir, the temperatures. Because Texas is going through it.
That's what I'm going to tell Emily next time I see her. I'm like, you're so selfish. You didn't even bring the temperature back with you.
I know, huh?
Should we go ahead and get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, hit them with the intro, Tasha.
Welcome to What M Dreams. I'm one of your hosts, Tasha, and I'm here with,
Dustin.
and we're here to talk to you about dreams. Dreams,
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 dreams, dreams. Got you on that one, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. It's a work in progress. We're getting there.
Yeah. I thought it was perfect until you laughed. All right, you want to go first? You said you had a lot of dreams this week.
A lot of them I didn't remember. All right, so one of my dreams has a title, but it has the name of the person I dreamt about. She's an old friend, and I don't want to use her actual name.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds much better with her actual name. Okay, but the title is Heatstroke Angelica. Angelica is not her
Yeah.
name.
Okay.
So Heatstroke Angelica. Angelica, let me say, is a fitting nickname for this one girl I used to be good friends with because Angelica and the Rugrats
Oh,
attitudes kind of matched up lots of times, even into older
really?
age. I do miss her though. But anyways, so in this dream, I went out to eat with a bunch of old
Ernesto.
friends.
No, no. Okay.
No. Okay. Oh my gosh. Now that you say it, Ernesto was not in the dream. Where was he? I think my subconscious is listening to you and
And
feeling
is
some
trying to
type
like
of way.
block him out.
But yeah, he wasn't there. I'm sad now. He abandoned me. I've been
Okay.
abandoned. Anyways, I went out to eat in my dream. I was having a good old time with old friends. I don't recognize them in real life thinking about it, but in the dream they were old friends. The only one person that I did recognize was Angelica. And we went for a nice little brunch. Maybe a lunch brunch. So it was sunny outside. I parked for us far away though. I parked far away because it was crowded. The parking lot was crowded and I couldn't get any closer. So we walked out together. I don't remember eating at the restaurant. I remember only walking out after we were all done eating. I remember walking out with my group of friends and Angelica. And Angelica gets so hot in the heat of
Mhm.
the afternoon, the midday sun. She starts experiencing heat stroke symptoms, heat exhaustion
Okay.
symptoms, and it happened really fast. So at first, I was like, "Is this bitch for real? Like, are you for real?" We just walked out, but it looked legit. So after a second, it was so bad she could not walk anymore, and she said, "I can't walk anymore." And we were like, "Oh shit." And everybody was kind of panicking about what to do about her, how to help her. This happened, by the way. Something like this happened. Now that I'm remembering it, this happened before, but not with her. It was another friend of mine. I'll just call her Bree, and another friend of mine,
I gotta tell you,
Rolo.
that one doesn't sound made up.
It wasn't.
I'll just call her Bree Bree.
Yeah, that was her nickname. And another
Okay.
friend, his nickname was Rolo. It was when hmm I had to be in middle school at least,
Wow, that
maybe
was
a little
like
older.
25 years ago. You just
Wait,
breeze
no,
right past it.
my memory's going. So
See, your memory's so bad you don't even remember how old you were.
yeah, I don't remember. I had to be like 12 or 13, maybe. Anyways, we were venturing out into different neighborhoods, and it was the summer. It was the heat of the summer, and walking around the neighborhood, going to parks and shit. That was our summers in middle school and high school. If I wasn't at Joe Pole Lake or at home, I'd be either at Kidsville or walking around the neighborhood with friends. I don't know why
Yeah.
that was fun. But anyway, so we were walking around, and we ended up. I used to live by. Do you remember the old Minyards?
Yeah. Hmm.
I used to live right around there, and we ended up over. I guess it wasn't that far in thinking about it, but we ended up over by Cox Farms.
I don't know where that is.
Cox Farms?
Yeah.
It's right next to the bowling alley.
Oh, is that what that place is?
What the heck, dude? Yes.
I don't ever pay attention.
Right over
I
there by
always see like
Callaway's.
organic produce and stuff, and I'm like,
Dude, it was right across the street from where I used to work. Anyways,
no,
yeah, Callaway's.
Callaway's isn't right there.
Yes, I think Callaway's is closer to Cox Farms than the bowling alley was, actually.
Callaway's was all the way over on, what was it?
Maine. Right off Maine.
No, Camp Wisdom in Wheeling.
No.
Yeah, because it was right next to that CVS that they put in.
You're tripping, homie.
Yeah, you're tripping,
You're tripping,
home
tripping.
slice.
That's it. I'm about to drive over there and prove it. Anyways, I
Finish your
am
fucking dream.
geographically, I am geographically challenged. So,
Yeah.
anyways, my fucking dream. So we're walking out. This bitch gets heat exhaustion. So I told her, "Don't worry, I'll get the truck. I'll start it. I'll bring it back for you. We'll pick you up. It's gonna be nice and cool inside for you whenever you get in." And everybody's like, "Okay." So I started walking to the truck as fast as I could. And again, we were parked pretty far away, so it took me a minute. I thought only a couple of my friends were coming with me, but
Hmm.
to my surprise, it ended up being all of them. And I was like, why did why didn't no one stay with her? Hello? So we're just gonna leave her there on the sidewalk like this. Okay. And I said, oh well, fuck it. So we're already all in there. So I started the truck. I was getting ready to go, and then we all see before we could pull out of our parking space, Angelica walked up to the truck, and she, along with a couple of other people, she still looked pretty rough. They were like, they made her move. Business there.
They were like, "This is
What'd you say?
bad for business. You have to leave."
Oh, yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what was happening in my dream. They made a whole big deal out of this, and we were all confused. Like, what do y'all mean? Because they said they made a whole new, apparently, right on the edge of the sidewalk where she ended up, collapsing. There was not a parking space, but right around her were parking spaces. So the businesses make such a big fuss about her just being there, I guess loitering, in their opinion, that they made a whole new parking space right where she was. I don't know what that was about. So they were like, they made a whole new space, a whole new parking space. And I was like, she's literally having a heat stroke though? I was just befuddled. I was confused the rest of that dream.
It does sound
And
like a confusing dream.
yeah, that's when I woke up.
All right. Oh, go back to telling your original story about how somebody in your friend group had heat stroke at Callaway's that wasn't
Yeah, we were
Callaway's.
right around there. I had to call my mom because she collapsed on the ground. She said she couldn't walk anymore, and I was freaking the fuck out. Luckily, I wasn't too young to have a cell phone at that time. Cell phones were a thing. So
No.
I called my mom on my little brick. She came up and picked us up.
Cell phones weren't a thing back then.
They were, but it was a brick. It was one of them Nokia bricks.
That would have had to have been around, what, 2003?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
around then, man. I was 13 then.
I was just about to graduate high school then.
Oh, you're so old.
Shut up.
But yeah, mom came to pick us up in her van, and when we got home, I think she was giving us popsicles, and she had her go take a cool shower, gave us a bunch of
Yeah.
water, and that was that. I don't think she was panicking as much as I was panicking. Yeah, I remember just panicking.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen you panic, but your personality type seems prone to panicking.
My panic is very internal. I've been told this by multiple people in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, my dream from last week that is rather long and makes no sense. So I was driving this weird car that
Okay.
didn't have a steering wheel, but it was more
Oh,
like a hovercraft where it had levers and stuff.
yeah.
And I was dating this girl that I used to work with. Her and some of her family was with us in the vehicle, and we went to this convenience store.
Okay.
Well, I waited in the vehicle, and she went in, and one of her crazy female cousins showed up, and I was told not to make eye contact.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah. So my girlfriend in the dream came back out to the car, and she was like, "Hey, yeah, we should probably just go," you know. So I fucking floored it out of there as well as you can in a hovercraft type thing, I suppose. But then my girlfriend was like, "No, we need to turn around because I forgot something. I need to go back in." We turned around. I pulled back in. I was trying to avoid her crazy cousin. She goes in, and then I got out of the vehicle for a bit and started to go in too. The whole time trying to avoid looking at her, and I could see out of the corner of my eye though that she was pointing a gun at me.
Oh, shit.
And she started pulling the trigger, but it was just clicking and not firing. And then she shouted, "Stop moving unless you want to get shot." And I stopped and like put my hands up and shouted back, "Didn't you already try to shoot me?" And she said, "Yeah."
Yeah, poke the
And
bear
I,
some
she goes,
more.
"And I thought you would have." Yeah, she's like, "And I thought you would have tried to stop already." I was like, "Why the fuck would you try to shoot me?" This this is the part that makes no sense, but I remember her saying it. She said, "Because I'm a librarian." So at that point, my girlfriend in the dream comes out of the store, tells her to put the gun away, and she pulls out her own gun. And she explains who I am to her. And the cousin puts her gun down and is like, "Why didn't you say who you were?" And I was like, "I was too busy trying to not to get fucking shot." She goes, "I never took the safety off. You were fine." And I was like, "Bitch, I heard it click." So then my girlfriend comes over. She gives me the gun she had, and we get back in the vehicle, and I just bust out of there as quick as possible. And I'm drifting and shit in this thing, and that's when I woke up.
Why does it sound like a scene from a movie like what's that one movie you were talking about the other week? With just it, what's his name? God damn it, he plays Ken in the new Barbie movie.
Oh, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, and Russell Crowe. What was that movie?
Oh, The Nice Guys.
Yeah, it just seems like
Yeah,
a ridiculous scene.
it it was a ridiculous scene, especially why she thought it was an explanation that the reason she shot at me was because she was a librarian.
Why can you not make eye contact? Like, what was that
I
about?
think I think that like not making eye contact is because you don't want her attention. So
What, like a freaking animal?
yeah, I think so.
That's wild. Well, have you
Yeah.
experienced crazy cousins before?
No, not like that anyway.
No, oh, not at gunpoint, you mean?
No, definitely not. All right,
Oh,
your
oh
turn.
man. My turn. So, dream number 2 that I remember from this week. You were featured in it.
Yay! I'm a celebrity.
You? You were featured in 2 of my dreams at least this week that I remember.
Nice, nice. Does this one have to
This
do with
one,
milk again?
no, no milk.
Okay.
This one, I was actually in it this time too. So, I remember me and you being in line in some public area in a building.
This already sounds like something I wouldn't do.
Yeah, I had no clue what the line was for. Not at all. But it was a long, long line. And the vibes it gave off was that a government building, like Social Security office or something. Because there was nothing
Ugh, my
exciting.
nightmare.
There was nothing exciting going on in the building that I know. Nothing going on except this line. Okay. And it was kind of like
Okay.
grayish. I don't know why I'm remembering that it was grayish, but it was grayish. So we're
All
standing in
right.
line. We're kind of towards the end of it, near the door for whatever it was that we were waiting for. Lots of people around us, people in front of us, people behind us, waiting in line as well. Didn't recognize any of them in my dream or in real life, but for some reason I had my laptop with, or a laptop, and I
And you
was
started
trying
working
to
on
work
lesson
on
plans.
it. I know. I don't know what I was trying to work on. I don't remember what it was, but it was probably lesson plans, if anything. But I couldn't get it to work properly. Something was being weird about it, and a guy who was standing in line in front of us happened to notice that I was kind of struggling with it. I can't remember the guy's face except that he had black hair and a beard.
Okay, so he was
So,
just any guy.
yeah. He turns around to me and he's like, "What's going on, miss? Maybe I can help." And he was super polite and charismatic. So I was like, "Oh yeah, you can check out my shit." Like for some reason, I let him look at my laptop. Like I would never do that in real life. I'm like, "Yeah, check it out. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you can fix it because I trust you, complete stranger." So he's taking a look at it and he takes out, damn, I forgot what it's called, but it's one of those little USB plugins. It's just a tiny little thing, a drive.
Like a flash
USB.
drive?
Yeah, he plugs in a flash drive surreptitiously, okay? He doesn't want me to notice.
Okay.
I did not notice, but guess who noticed?
Me.
You. You noticed, and you're like, Tasha, he's plugging in a flash drive. Tasha, he's downloading your shit. And the whole time he's talking to me, and I'm trying to respond to this man. I'm like, Dustin, shut up. And the me and him were engaged in a conversation, and you're over here, you know, on the side, like, Tasha, he's stealing your shit. Like, shh, shh. Oh shit! At that point, I was like, oh, maybe I should pay attention to what this guy's doing. And he starts weaseling his way out of the building, and that's when I woke up.
Oh man, I was getting super invested in this now because I was like, "Holy shit, that's Jason Bourne."
So my identity basically was stolen by a bearded man.
How dare you not listen to me?
I know, right?
How
Other
many times
dream?
am I going to have to tell you that I'm always right?
Oh my gosh. Shut up. In my other dream, it's funny because in my other dream, I feel like you should have listened to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'll get to that later.
Okay. Well, let me pull up the only other dream that I wrote down, which is very, very short. So the dream that I had, I was a videographer or something,
Okay.
and this woman had decided that since her doctor had only given her a few months to live, she would do really daring things.
Oh.
So she went to the top of this ski mountain type thing, and she got on the black diamond runs, you know what they call it? The really, really dangerous ones. And
Oh.
she sat down
Okay.
on a sled and she went down a ski run. And I was going with her filming the whole time. I was skiing, I guess, while she was
Oh
sitting
boy.
on the sled and she was going down backwards. She got up to 50 miles an hour.
Oh man.
But that was the whole dream.
That was it?
Yeah, that was the whole dream.
You
I
recording
told you it was
someone?
super short.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So it was
me
just you
recording
recording
someone,
someone sledding.
yeah, who admittedly the backstory of the dream is way more interesting because oh, it's this woman who's clearly dying. She's like, I want to live life to the fullest because I've only got a few months left to live. But the whole story was just me watching some lady sled down a hill.
Huh.
Yeah.
Was it a snowy hill?
What's weird is it was patchy. So there was snow, but then there was like also rocks.
Oh.
Yeah.
So super dangerous.
Super dangerous.
And she was going backwards.
Yeah, at like 50 miles an hour. And, you know, sitting on a sled, that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Would
so
you
close to
do
the ground.
dangerous stunts like that if you knew you only had a couple months to live?
Maybe. I mean, if it was guaranteed that in, let's say, 3 months I would die, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
I don't
Because
know
at
what
that
I would
point, it's
do.
like, you know, if I die, ooh, I cut my life short by 3 months. Ooh, you know.
Yeah. I don't know what I would do.
Well, are you afraid of heights or anything?
Yeah.
Because I could push you out of a plane.
Oh, I would hate that.
I mean, you would have a parachute,
Oh.
maybe.
For sure.
I feel like that's something Nesta would never do. He would never jump out of a plane.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
We should
That
try
is
to get
not
him
a
to do
Nesta thing. To get him to do it.
it. Yeah,
I think the craziest thing he's ever done dealing with heights was going up the mountain on those. I think I forget what they ski lifts in Colorado.
how did that go?
The only way I think the only reason he got on, I think, was because he had some liquid courage.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he partook in the other thing that's legal there.
Oh no, no, no. Just a nice little drink
Oh,
he drank. And he found out later that because of the altitude, alcohol affects you a little more
yeah.
intensely at that altitude. And so he was feeling pretty good on the ride.
Yeah, I bet.
I don't know if we told you, I feel like we told you this story before, but in passing people on the ski lift, there's people going the opposite direction.
Yeah,
He'd be like, hello to every single person.
that's funny too because he hates everything British.
Yeah. That and he doesn't like greeting people, especially complete strangers.
He's so shy.
Yeah. He wasn't in
Did
that one either.
I noticed. I wasn't gonna say anything though.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
uh, did I ever tell you about? So Irene, obviously, she also has that thing where she doesn't like talking to strangers. And there was one day we were at a Target over near where she used to work in Mesquite,
Yeah.
and I forgot what was going on, but she was telling me, "Don't embarrass me," and I was like, "Too late." And so, like, I just started saying hi to everybody. I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And she was like, "Oh my god." She was trying her best to get away from me.
Yep, that sounds like Irene.
Anyway, what's your other dream?
Ooh, my other dream. So, dream number 3.
3.
So, I'll start with the fourth one that I wrote down because I think the third one is a continuation. I don't know. Okay, so my fourth dream, Ernesto drove me to meet up with a friend. Guess who the friend was?
Me.
You, Dustin. And we were gonna walk our dogs. It was still light outside, but it was going to start getting darker soon. So he parks down our old street by a Whataburger, and he just drops me off there. But he stays there, so he doesn't come with us.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out which Whataburger you're talking about.
So he parks there, stays there, and I get out and we start walking our dogs down the road. While we're walking, we start getting tailed, not by people on foot, but by like a car. A car started tailing us, and we were
Oh,
getting seriously bad vibes from this car who was following us. We started feeling threatened, and for some
okay.
reason, in my dream, we all of a sudden knew that they were kidnappers, and we were being targeted. Okay, so we start trying to figure out what to do. Meanwhile, these kidnappers who are driving along, tailing behind us, get out of the car. And we're like, oh shit, it's about to go down. We are far from Ernesto. We are way far from
Oh my
Ernesto.
god.
Ernesto's too far to hear us. But I start shouting out like, Ernesto! Ernesto! And he could not hear us for sure. He's too far away to hear anyways. And I was just thinking, like, why is he so far away? Why didn't he come with us? Which is the same, which is a similar feeling that I felt the other day when we were building characters. I was like, why is he staying in the room? Why didn't he come hang out with us? Anyways, I think that's where that feeling came from. And
Yeah.
so they're following us, and we knew they were following us on foot. I don't know where our dogs went, but they disappeared because dream.
Yeah.
And we start looking
They were
for
no
places.
longer important to the plot.
Yeah. We start looking for places to hide because we were super threatened. And now we know that they have guns. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
we started running, which is one thing I wouldn't do.
Me neither.
What else did we do? Oh, we were trying to think of a strategy to lose them. And all we could come up with was heading into the dark corners of houses that were all around us because it was getting darker and darker.
Yeah.
And we ended up trying to hide in the corner of a house in the shadows. And they didn't see us there for a bit. And they almost actually passed us. And I noticed all of a sudden you weren't there. And I was like, where did this motherfucker go? Why am I alone? Okay.
Okay.
And I noticed that you're hiding under what I can only describe as a porch on a residential house. So you're hiding under a porch. You had scooted your way around the corner and under a porch to someone's house. And I'm like, this motherfucker. And so I followed you because I'm like,
I was
I'm
like,
gonna be.
Green Me was such a dick. He was like, I don't give a fuck about Tasha. This is all about saving my life.
And so I I decided I'm gonna go hide where you're hiding because that looks like a better hiding spot. So I'm scooting my ass over around the dark corners, trying to stay, out of sight from these kidnappers with guns. Okay, and we ended up both under the porch hiding from them, but they found us, Dustin. They found us,
Uh-oh.
and I felt like when I woke up, like in real life, that's where my dream ended, but I think it continued.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so I'll save the continuation for another day because it's a whole thing.
Okay. So, why is it that every time I'm in your dream, it's like some espionage shit?
I
I'm
don't
sitting
know.
here trying to do deals about getting milk. Uh, I'm I'm the one noticing that somebody's stealing your shit. Somebody's trying to kidnap us, which, I mean, come on, let's face it, that's ridiculous. Who's going to kidnap you? Me, I can understand, but you? Also, I don't think it's kidnapping when you're in your 30s.
Well, what am I going to call it? Adult napping?
Taking a hostage? I don't know.
That sounds ridiculous.
Adult napping
Hostage?
would be, yeah.
We would be the worst people to take hostage.
Well, I mean, maybe. I think I'd be pretty entertaining.
You know what I'm talking about? Because, like, what is the leverage?
Yeah.
Like, what do they want from our families? And this is
Well,
probably
it's
going to
definitely
cut
not
a couple
money
$100 in the
from my
bank account.
family.
They probably have better luck, robbing a convenience store.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we could call it being abducted. Of
Okay.
course, a lot of times when you hear abducted, people immediately assume aliens.
Well, that sounds boring.
Actually, that would be pretty cool.
No, not alien abduction. I mean,
Oh,
adult
the word
abduction.
abducted?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, in about 30 minutes, I'm going to be an adult napping.
I
Haha.
see what you did
Get
there.
it? Yeah. Yeah.
I see what you did.
Oh. So, are you going to read any more dreams or?
No, I think I'll save the others.
Okay. Well, in that case, we have recommendations.
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 Recommendation. Okay, my recommendation is going to be a book called The Host by everyone's favorite vampire author, Stephanie
Anne
Meyer.
Rice. Oh,
No.
we had two very different approaches to this.
Yeah. I know she's a controversial author of the Twilight series, but I don't care. This book is pretty good, in my opinion. It's called The Host. I think it was one of my first sci-fi reads. Yeah, I think it was one of my first sci-fi reads ever. So it's about a girl. Her name is Melanie. Well, at least that's the host's name. The Earth in this book has been invaded by an alien species that take over the minds of their hosts. So
Hmm.
the host name is Melanie, and the alien, who's named Wanderer, who has invaded Melanie's body, did not expect to find Melanie still. I forget. I don't know how to say it, but she does not want to let go of her body. So her host is fighting back in her mind. So it's the alien occupying the host body, and the host also still retaining its consciousness, or at some level inside its mind. At the very beginning, Wanderer, the alien, is sort of dealing with a tiny bit of a struggle in in the host's mind, but she doesn't really think it's going to be that much of a problem. Well, it turns out to be much more of a problem.
Oh,
On top of that, they start developing, like, they start getting to know each other, the host and the alien. So,
so they fall
I
in
don't
love.
know. No, they don't. But it gets more complicated as two people, like two consciousness are trying to take over, control of the body, and feelings get involved with people who are outside of the host body. So, like
Oh,
any relationship they're developing, feelings get complicated. So it was in my mind, I remember it being an incredibly interesting concept and read, at least like the perspective.
it sounds pretty interesting.
It is. So if you're into sci-fi and aliens invading and taking over bodies like parasites, check it out.
Kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, sort of.
Huh. I haven't seen that one.
It's very old. Very, very old. Well, technically it's been remade a few times, and the most recent remake was just called Invasion, and I believe it had Nicole Kidman in it. I think it was
Oh,
like 2010.
okay.
But yeah, it sounds interesting. I don't think I will ever listen to it. I was
You
fooled
get
once by the Twilight Saga.
it. Wait, you listened to the Twilight Saga?
No, I actually read the Twilight Saga.
Oh,
I actually bought the books and read through the whole things.
yeah. Same here, man.
And you forgive a lot when you do it for someone else. I was reading them for a woman, of course,
Of
and by the end of it, I was like, you know what, that was pretty good. And then when I was able to look back on it with a clearer head, I was like, what the fuck?
what's funny is I remember loving the series
Yeah,
as I read it, but
yeah.
I might have been the target audience. So
Well, yeah, you
there's
were
that.
like a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah. So there's that.
Well, you weren't 13 at that time.
No, I was a little
You
older, but
were
it's still.
you were in your 20s probably.
Yeah, much older. Okay.
I actually don't remember when that book series came out.
2005.
Okay, so the books came out in 2005, and then the movies came out a couple of years later.
Okay, so I wasn't far off from the target audience. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when the movie came
Um.
out, I was definitely excited.
Yeah.
Ernesto was not excited. He said at that time we were together. And he's like, "You really want to see these, huh?" Yes, please.
Yeah. And he was like, all right, I guess. He was probably sitting there the whole time going, this stupid.
And yet he likes movies like Sharknado and all that. So,
That's ridiculous.
yep.
Okay, so my recommendation, it is a movie again. I've watched a lot of movies, but it's going to be the movie Slither. This
Oh.
movie, in keeping with the alien theme that I guess we've decided to go with today,
Mhm.
there's a giant meteor that crashes into this town, and there's this parasite in it that keeps infecting people, and it's creating more of them. And they're these worm like creatures. They're very disgusting looking.
Ew.
They basically look kind of like tongues that are longer and they have teeth on one end.
Gross.
It's got Nathan Fillion, which is one of the reasons I saw it,
Oh.
and Michael Rooker. You might know Michael Rooker from The Walking Dead.
Who did he play?
He played Daryl's brother Merle
Oh yeah.
in the
Good
first
character.
couple of seasons.
Yeah.
He was also in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies
Yeah.
as Yondu.
Yeah.
So it's a horror comedy, and it's really underrated. Not a lot of people have seen it.
Huh.
but it is worth checking out if you're okay with weird grossness.
Okay. So check it out. When you said sci-fi comedy, it reminded me of what was that movie? Man, I don't remember
Galaxy
what it's
Quest,
called. No. Nope, don't call.
Gremlins,
No. It was an alien movie. Oh wait, Gremlins are
Mars
aliens, right?
Attacks.
Oh no, but that movie was something else.
Well, I'm trying to help here. I just don't know which one you want me to come up with.
I think the aliens were insect-like, and they're giant.
Starship Troopers.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, you fuck.
Independence Day.
No, but that's a good movie.
Yeah, they were actually squid-like in that movie. Oh, are you talking about District 9? Fuck.
Damn it.
Describe more of it.
I don't remember a lot of it. I just remember it being
Okay.
fun. I'm looking it up right now. I can't find it. Why don't you just be called Alien? That'd be funny.
It's definitely not Alien.
I just remember an African American man in an orange suit.
Like an orange spacesuit?
Just an orange suit.
Was it Evolution?
It might have been Evolution.
With Sean William Scott?
It was Evolution.
Okay. God, that movie is old.
Yeah, man.
Sean William Scott was funny back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
So I think we've wrapped up all of the loose ends.
Yep.
In that case, let's hit them with the outro.
Hit him with the outro, Dustin.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Thank you, Little Dreamers, for listening. Little Dreamers is our Patreon $5 subscription tier. Where can they listen to us, Dustin?
You can listen to us on Anchor, Spotify, Stitcher, Sirius, Pandora, and now on YouTube.
Yes, and you can find us on the socials thanks to Dustin on the TikToks, the Instagrams, and the Twitters.
Yeah, you know, the chat book and the face snap, you know, those things.
True. Right.
We also have an email address at whatamdreams@gmail.com where you can send us your dreams, and we will rate them accordingly and probably make fun of you a little bit.
Just a teensy bit. And again, thank you for listening from the bottom of our hearts, and bye!
Bye. Forever.
Outro of darkness.
Why is it
We
dark?
can't use that part. Well, there's a YouTuber that I used to watch all the time named Tobuscus. He'd always go, intro of was whiteness, then redness, then darkness. And what it was he was putting his thumb over the lens. And every time he'd put his